Welcome to another inspirational short story, The Meaning of Perspective. Those of you who've listened to my stories before will notice that this time there's something a little bit different. I'm going to embed the story in a short visualisation. So if you'd like to make yourself comfortable and shut your eyes and just allow your mind to drift off and imagine that you're walking towards a wood. Feel your feet on the ground and looking down, notice what the path is like. Is it soft underfoot? Perhaps a bit stony? Feel your body moving along this path. Feel your body as its rhythm of the walking. And as it's quite warm, there's no weight of clothes on you, but you are carrying a rucksack. And in that rucksack are all your concerns, perhaps some worries, and also all the I should be doing, I must get done. All of those are in the rucksack. Feel the straps on your shoulders. But it's a beautiful day, and looking up into the sky, what is it like? Is it just blue sky? Or maybe there's some clouds, some little white fluffy clouds. And if you find thoughts drift into your head, then you can let them, or you can listen to the sound of my voice. Or maybe those thoughts can just be like clouds passing in the sky. And nearby in the field, there's some birds singing. You can hear them. Skylarks high up. And moving along the path now, you get to the wood. And just entering the wood, notice the change in temperature just gets a little bit cooler as you enter in amongst the trees. And notice the sun as it reflects on the bark of the trees, making patterns. Perhaps you stop and maybe feel the texture of the bark of a tree. Maybe it's smooth. Maybe it's got colours in it. Maybe there are ridges. Look up into the branches. See how wide the branches spread. And moving on now, you come to a clearing. You notice that there's a stream, well halfway between a stream and a river. And by that stream, that river, there's a mossy log. And you take off your rucksack and you put it down. And we all know, don't we, what it feels like when you've been carrying something and then you take it off. You feel light. And you might like to sit on that log and feel the warmth of the sun on your face as I tell you the story of Beaver. Now, beavers, as you know, have a reputation for being busy. In fact, there's a saying, isn't there, as busy as a beaver. And this beaver was no exception. She worked from dawn until dusk, doing what beavers do, building dams, fishing, providing for her family. She never stopped. And on this particular day, she was beavering away, and an owl landed quite close by. And she was so busy she didn't even notice Owl, who edged up close and spoke to her. "Beaver," said Owl, "would you be interested in a very short experiment that would be of inestimable value to you? "Oh, I don't know. I don't have time," said Beaver. "I've got things to do, and fish are a little bit scarce at the moment." "I understand," said Owl. "But really, this would be of value to you, and won't take long." Well, despite herself, Beaver agreed. "Right," said Owl. "Now climb on my back." "Oh, I don't know about that," said Beaver. "I mean, I'm a land creature. I leave that flying thing to owls and other birds." Owl said, "I assure you, you will enjoy it, and it will be of value." Well, again, she didn't know why, but she did it. She climbed on his back. And Owl went up, 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 up into the sky, and Beaver was hanging on. And then she let go and relaxed. And when she did, she felt the warmth of the sun on her body, and she felt the breeze in her fur, and she looked down at the patchwork of fields below her. And then she got really excited and she shouted to Owl and she said, "Owl, Owl, I can see my river and I can see my dam." And Owl just smiled at himself and he glided on and then brought her down safely right by her dam. Beaver got off Owl's back, breathless with excitement. "Oh, wow," said Beaver. "Oh, wow. That was amazing. I could see everything. The world is so big and so. Then she was just lost for words. And Owl bowed and said that he would drop by again if she'd like to repeat the experience. "Oh, yes, please," said Beaver. And with that, Owl flew off. And Beaver, well, she got on with the things that she needed to do. But from that moment on, things were not quite the same for Beaver. It was very strange, but it was as if she got more done in the same time. And sometimes she would stop and she would look up and she would know what everything looked like from above. And it just changed things forever. And I have to say that she couldn't wait for Owl's next visit. And that's the end of that story. So if you like, you can just sit here for a moment and watch the river as it flows past you. And you'll notice that sometimes there are logs that get stuck on the side of the river. And they have to wait for the storms to come and the floods to dislodge them, and then they can move again. But now it's time to look at that rucksack. Now it might be that some of the contents of that rucksack could be taken out. And if that's the case, take them out now and just leave them there. They'll be quite safe. And any that you need to remain in the rucksack, that's fine too. So when you've finished, close up the rucksack and put it on your back and make your way out of this wood. And you may find that you feel lighter as you move back along the path, back to where you first started. And now, if you'd like to gradually bring yourself back into the room and feel your body sitting on wherever you're sitting, and feel your feet on the ground. And I really hope that you enjoyed that story and that visualization. And if you did, please click the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, do subscribe, maybe share, and do comment. I love to read your comments. I love to know what you think of these stories. And if you'd like to learn more about how you can use stories in your work, then click on the link below and I will send you my free PDF. Thank you so much for listening. Bye for now.